Amanda with Eat, Pray, Crunch, and welcome to my pregnancy vlog. This week we are on week 13, so we have officially made it to the second trimester. Woohoo! It's a big milestone, especially considering how difficult this first trimester has been. So I'm just so glad to finally have reached that milestone, and even with the subchorionic hemorrhage that I have, the risk for miscarriage now is much lower, even though I'm having to deal with this situation. So thankful for that. Things are definitely looking promising. We're still praying though that this hemorrhage does not affect baby and affect placenta. So still on bed rest, and will be for another month. Woohoo! So just doing what we gotta do for baby. So if you're just watching for the first time, the reason I am doing bed rest is because I have what they call a subchorionic hematoma or hemorrhage, which is bleeding on the uterine wall, like outside of the sac and in the uterine wall, and it's pretty big actually. I'll put a picture from the ultrasound right here. As you can see in that picture, the big U-shaped dark spot is the hematoma, and you can see that it's kind of like all the way around the sac. The smaller dark spot is the sac, and the little white spot is the top of baby's head. So you can see how big the hemorrhage is. So it's significant. So definitely taking my modified bed rest pretty seriously and trying to stay in bed when it's feasible for me to do. So, you know, last week I talked a little bit how I've been coping with the bed rest and like the spiritual side of that and everything. I'll link that down below here if you want to watch that video. So yeah, just continuing to find ways to keep myself occupied. I definitely have had a couple days where I feel like, you know, I definitely get cabin fever. I really just want to get out and do something. And it does help if I just go outside for a little bit and just go out on a lawn chair and lounge outside and get a little sun, and that definitely helps a little bit. I really just want to get out and do things. So you know, I've had some friends invite me and Alex to go and do the wading pool or, you know, zoo or fun things like that, and I can't do any of that right now. So I feel like if I'm not careful, I could get depressed. Like, I'm not even the type that gets depressed easily. I can if there are circumstances that lead me to be depressed, but it's not my normal state. So I am really trying to not go down that path and, you know, stay positive and just really keep myself occupied, just keep myself busy, because I think that will really help keep feelings of depression at bay. But I feel like it could be easy just being cooped up all the time and not being, you know, just the stress of having to depend on other people so much. And that's been another thing too, is like I'm kind of an independent person and I really don't like having to depend on other people so much, but I'm having to depend on people every day now. You know, we have usually one of our parents over, one of my friends over every day since I can't lift Alex, and I'm so grateful for their help, but it's, you know, I'm the kind of person I have a hard time asking for help. And so just been dealing with that, but thankfully everybody has just been so gracious and so helpful, and I'm thankful for that. Anyway, just trying to keep my mental health in a good state while in bed rest. And usually, you know, as long as I am keeping myself busy, then I am doing okay. So I actually went on to, since our pregnancy, we announced it on Facebook last week. It's all Facebook official now and everything. I made a post asking my friends, has anybody else ever been on bed rest? How did you deal with it? Like, what kind of activities? Do you have any ideas for things I could do? And they had great ideas. I was so happy I made that post. I had a friend recommend that I make Christmas gifts, and while I'm in bed I'm like, oh, that's a great idea, then I won't have to worry about it later. I mean, I'm not even usually the kind of person that plans way ahead for that kind of thing, but if I'm just going to be sitting here, why not, you know? So I thought that was a great idea. So and another friend said, why don't you do a knitting or a crocheting project? And I said, well, I could do both. I could do knitting, crocheting projects for Christmas gifts. And so I really liked that idea. And I had another friend that recommended taking an online course to keep my mind active, and I was like, oh, that's a great idea too. And I thought, oh, maybe I could really make this productive, since I am a massage therapist and I have to do a certain number of continuing education hours for my license every year. I thought, well, why don't I just get some of those hours done too? So those were all great ideas, and so I think I might try some of those things in the next few weeks and try to use the time as productively as I can. So I thought that was great, because normally it would be difficult for me to sit down and do an online course, you know, having a active toddler around. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that kind of thing. So those were definitely great ideas. As for baby's development this week, I haven't talked about that in a while, but yeah, I was reading on Baby Center that 13 weeks baby is about 3 inches now, so definitely getting bigger. It's exciting to realize like, wow, that's significant. Like, that's a significant baby now. It's no longer microscopic or just, you know, like a little itty bitty. Like, that's significant, you know? You could probably see all the little details with your naked eye, and it's exciting thinking about that. And we did see all those details in the ultrasound last week, and that was really exciting to see. So yeah, marking the end of the first trimester, all of the organ systems and everything are there and functioning now, and that is amazing to me. And now from here on out, it's just baby maturing all of those organs and just growing and getting bigger. The belly is growing and baby is growing. I'll do a belly shot so you can see that at the end. So thankfully, also with the end of the first trimester, my nausea has finally been almost completely subsided. I still, now and then, if I stay up too late and I get just really overtired, if I don't have a very good night's sleep, I'll still have a little bit of hints of nausea, which totally goes away if I put on my C-bands or have my ginger or eat some crackers. That totally takes care of it. So thankful to be out of the woods with the nausea, and mostly with the fatigue. I mean, I still have fatigue, but I feel like I'm back to like my run-of-the-mill fatigue now. Like, I can handle that. It's not so much the debilitating, like I cannot do anything kind of fatigue. So I'm really glad to be moving on from that stage now. So hoping the second trimester, I mean, aside from this hemorrhage that I'm dealing with, I'm hoping the second trimester will be much easier than the first. And if it's anything like my last pregnancy, that will be true. So although this first trimester, I think, was, you know, I've mentioned before, is just way more difficult than it was with my first pregnancy. But knock on wood, hopefully that will be true of this pregnancy too, that this second trimester is way easier. So fingers crossed. So because the nausea has passed now, I am finally feeling like I can eat much more balanced meals now. So I'm really happy about that. So granted, I am not cooking really at all right now since I'm on bed rest. I can't really spend that much time on my feet. And thankfully our friends and family have been cooking all of our meals, and I'm so thankful. And all of the meals that they've been cooking have been really nutritious too, like stuff that I would normally want to eat. But yeah, really healthy meals, like lots of like crock pot, like meat and potatoes, like with a cooked vegetable or salad, and really good meals, and I can eat that stuff now. It's so nice. I feel like I can really give some good nutrients to baby now. So I'm glad that that nausea is over now, so I can focus on eating really balanced diet again, which is so important while pregnant. But also, since I am on bed rest, I am doing so little activity. And you know, I said in my early vlogs what my fitness goals were, and those are basically out the window right now, unfortunately. I can't go out and do my minimum of 3 brisk walks a week right now. I can't go do that. You know, and my goal was to actually do like 5 or 6 days a week, and all of that is out the window right now. So that's also a bit of a bummer, you know, because exercise is another thing that's good for my mental health that makes it a little more difficult right now, just having to sit on my bum all day. So because I am less active right now, I am also trying to be conscious, very conscious of the portions that I am eating. I'm trying to make the foods that I do eat count. Unless I do have a little bit, like I said, unless I have just a little bit of queasiness and I eat some crackers or something. Other than that, I am like really trying to be aware of how much I am eating, since I am being so inactive right now. I'm just trying to be conscious of that right now. But in that vein, I did manage to meet my goal of not gaining 10 pounds in the first trimester like I did in my previous pregnancy. It was very close. I gained 9 pounds. So, and now that I actually have switched over into the second trimester now, I gained that 1 more pound and now I am up 10 pounds. So I guess I can say that technically I met my goal, even though, you know, which, you know what, I am fine with that considering the circumstances and that I am unable to exercise right now, so I'll take it. In terms of weight gain, I made a whole video about, if you haven't seen it already, I made a whole video about body image in pregnancy and post-pregnancy. I mean, even beyond like postpartum, but just like after you've had a baby, how your body has changed and how that affects body image and everything, and how I have made peace with that. And if you haven't seen that video already, check it out down below. Like I talked about in that video, I am definitely feeling peace about that now. Even though my pregnancy weight gain right now is not like right exactly, you know, fitting in the box of, you know, where the OBs say you should be. I've come to the realization that this is just how my body works, and you know, it's basically doing the exact same thing that it did with my last pregnancy. So, and I'm eating even healthier this time. So, you know, I've just come to terms with the fact that this is just, my body just gains a lot of weight when I'm pregnant, and that's what it does. And you know what, I'm okay with that as long as I am being as healthy as I can be, and which I am, and active as I can be, which I can't right now, but I'm compensating for that by eating less. So yeah, the last thing I wanted to talk about was that I experienced what I think was my very first migraine. Oh boy. It's like, if it's not one thing, it's another. I'm just like, what's the next symptom gonna be? Bring it on! Yesterday, I thought it was just a sinus headache because the weather was changing. I get that sometimes, especially when I'm pregnant. But it got to be even worse than that. It was like I couldn't even keep my eyes open, and it was like in my whole head, and I just got to the point where I felt like I was like almost sick. Like I had to lie down because my head hurt so bad, and like my eyes started getting sensitive to light, which is a kind of like a hallmark sign of a migraine. So yeah, my mother-in-law was here yesterday, so thankfully I was able to take 3 naps yesterday, and that really helped a lot, even though like my headache kind of persisted throughout the entire day. So it was you know, if it was a migraine, it was a mild one. It didn't like completely, I mean, I've heard of people getting sick as a dog from having migraines, and it wasn't that bad. I was able to manage it, and keeping my blood sugar up helped as well, so, and just resting. So I did end up taking Tylenol too, because it was getting pretty painful. So, and I usually don't take anything unless it's like, unless I really need to, and yesterday I felt like I needed to. So anyway, so yeah, experienced my first migraine. Fun times. So yeah, other than that, that's all I have to talk about for this week. I'm going to my next midwife appointment tomorrow, and I'll talk about that in my next vlog. I'm bringing my mom with me because my mom is going to be at the birth. She was at Alex's birth when we did the home birth before, and she was just such an amazing support to me. I love my mom so much, and she's so excited to be a part of that this time around as well. It's like, there's nobody that can comfort you like your mother when you have a good relationship with your mother, which I do. So anyway, so she's going to come with me tomorrow to meet my midwife for the first time, or new midwife, or I guess one of the 3 midwives on the team. But that's it, you know, since I'm just sitting around not doing a whole lot, that's about all I have to update you guys on. I will be trying to start, like I mentioned before, since I'm on bed rest and have more time, I'll try to do a few more videos in addition to my pregnancy vlog series as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I almost forgot to mention, guys, I already put my camera stuff away, but just thought I would mention it in passing here that I took the IntelliGender test, and you can see that video below as well. Maybe you watched that already. And I just took it for fun. I don't take it that seriously. Like I said, it's, you know, I've heard mixed reviews about it. Some people say it's accurate, other people say it wasn't, but you know, I figure, hey, it's a 50-50 chance whether it's accurate anyway. But it did give me a boy result, and so IntelliGender is thinking that we're having a boy, and that agrees with what my acupuncturist said as well. So we shall see if they're right once we have our, probably when we have our 18-week ultrasound, we'll find out then. So anyway, check that out below. Alright guys, here's the belly for week 13. Here's from the front and the side. Hopefully you can see them white against white here, but anyway, there it is. And the other side. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and if you'd like to see more videos, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and if you like this video, click the thumbs up button, and remember to keep your eyes peeled, that I'll be doing a few more videos outside of my pregnancy vlog series. So anyway, hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye!